Do not buy Bitcoin if you want to get rich. A statement so crazy, I'm not even wearing any pants today. Who am I kidding? I never wear pants anyway. But here's the reality. If you're already rich, you already have a lot of wealth, storing your wealth in Bitcoin, nice. But if you're still trying to make it in crypto, Bitcoin is probably not the best bet for you to do that. In today's video, I'll break that down for you. My name's Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing. So if that's a topic you would like to learn some more about, make sure you subscribe to Lark Davis channel, gently tap on the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm, and click on the notification bell to know when I put out a new video. By the way, every single week, my team and I produce Wealth Mastery. This is a cryptocurrency investor report. Every single issue, you're going to get a deep dive on a hot new altcoin, top-tier technical analysis, a step-by-step DeFi tutorial, the latest token sales, the latest airdrops, my portfolio, trending coin analysis, and much, much more, all for less than $10 a week. Click on the link down below where you can learn more about becoming a member today. Now let's go ahead and get into this highly controversial topic. Obviously, Bitcoin, big fan of Bitcoin. It is the #1 asset that I hold. It is the biggest position of my portfolio. Bitcoin, for me, it is a gold-like asset in my crypto portfolio. Inflation hedge, store value, all that fun stuff. Trading your fiat for Bitcoin, I want to make this very, very clear at the start of the video. Trading your fiat for Bitcoin is always a good trade. That's trading bad money, which is fiat, for good money, which is Bitcoin. So you can keep on stacking those sats and be happy. And that doesn't matter how much money you have. If you're a small investor, a big investor, you can just keep on buying Bitcoin and realize that Bitcoin works as a great savings account. Bitcoin is a great place to just stick some extra money you have sitting around and wait. Just wait, sit back, and let time do its thing with Bitcoin, because your dollars, they're going to go down over time. That's a guarantee. Inflation will continue to devalue your fiat money. Flip side, Bitcoin will continue to rise versus fiat over time because it is sound money. Inflation hedge, store value, and it's an asset that is still in price discovery, which is a very exciting reason to be dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. Remember, any of that money you put into Bitcoin, that's why it's my biggest part of my portfolio. Any of that money you put into Bitcoin, it's a good trade. Long term, it's a good trade. You can see here, this is a great chart that Bitcoin Magazine shared. So this is the Bitcoin savings account. So this is how much you would have earned versus putting your money into the S&P 500. So this is dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, the return of Bitcoin versus the S&P 500, 268% in 2018, 188% in 2019, 116% in 2020, and 6% in 2021. Some pretty damn big moves here. And this was, it's really shows you how well Bitcoin works over time. It's pretty damn amazing. Now, at the current market cap, what's the upside potential for Bitcoin? So if you're going to buy Bitcoin today, if you're going to start dollar cost averaging in around, let's say around $50,000 as a general price where we're starting to average it in for Bitcoin here, what's the upside? Well, the upside potential, I think at this point, is much more limited than it was last year at this time, 2 years ago at this time, 5 years ago at this time. Still great opportunity. I still see Bitcoin doing a 10x from here, getting up to the market cap of gold, getting up to being worth $10 trillion total market cap. That puts Bitcoin at around $500,000 to $550,000 per coin. Not bad. 10 to 11x. 11x, of course, we got 550,000. Not bad at all. Those are some pretty good gains. Now, when is that going to happen? Obviously, nobody knows. Could take until the end of the decade, but I look at the trajectory of Bitcoin, and I feel that is the direction we are heading. We are heading to challenge the market cap of gold. Now, maybe a 20x is possible for Bitcoin. That is your $1 million Bitcoin. That's twice the market cap of gold. It's a big, big mountain to climb. To bring in $19 trillion more market cap for Bitcoin, that's a lot of money required to move it up that high. So we'll see. I believe we get there someday. I don't know what that day is. Hey, maybe I'm being too bearish. Maybe it is by the end of the decade we get a $1 million Bitcoin. I would not be surprised in a world of massive inflation, massive central bank insanity, all that stuff. Sure. Let's say the end of the decade, we get our $1 million Bitcoin. Not bad. Not bad. And hey, you might be thinking at this point in the video, hold on a second, Lark. Have you clickbaited me here? Is this a video just saying how awesome Bitcoin is? Well, yes, it is a video saying how awesome Bitcoin is. But I'm going to deliver on the title of this video. Don't buy Bitcoin if you want to get rich. If you want to just put some money somewhere where it's not going to lose value, buy Bitcoin. If you have a lot of money already, buy Bitcoin. We'll get into that in a second. But if you are trying to get rich with crypto, and I know a lot of you listening are, straight up, and I love Bitcoin. I absolutely love Bitcoin. But right now, over the last year, still right now, altcoins are what are making the big freaking money. Altcoins right now are consistently giving dramatically bigger gains than Bitcoin. Now, over a long-term time frame, the majority of altcoins underperform versus Bitcoin. But right now is one of those times when we are seeing massive overperformance of altcoins versus Bitcoin. So if you're a 9-to-5er, if you're trying to escape the rat race, create some financial freedom for yourself, well, Bitcoin, it's not really your ticket to doing that. It's not that ticket to making those big gains, those 10, 20, 50, 100x gains in a shorter amount of time are not going to happen with Bitcoin. Remember, we just said 20x for Bitcoin, end of the decade. That's probably a top prediction right there. 10x by the end of the decade, more likely. 10x, there's been 10x's this week in altcoin land. There's been multiple 100x returns in altcoin land just this year. It's been totally nuts. If you've been following the trends, if you've been staying up to date with what's going on in the market, NFTs have been going insane. People are making 100x, 1000x returns on some NFTs, 100x, 1000x returns on some low cap altcoins, 10, 50, 20x returns on some bigger cap altcoins. It's been freaking crazy. And look, you don't even need to get that 100x or that 1000x. Do 3 or 4 10x's. Do that math. Do that math. What if you get 3 10x's in a row? Then you're doing pretty damn well. And it's easier to find it and get a 10x versus hitting the 100x. But those opportunities are out there. You could probably do 3 10x's by the end of the year in altcoin land. And Bitcoin, it's not going to do that till the end of the decade. So if you're looking to make it, it's altcoins, man. It's altcoins. And that may be a dramatic statement for some hardline Bitcoiners, but it's the truth, man. If you want to make the big gains in this market, Bitcoin's not where the big gains are. Bitcoin's for keeping your gains, absolutely. But altcoins are for making the gains. Altcoins, they're high risk. You have to understand that. They're high risk. Bitcoin's low risk. And when the music stops for the market cycle, you do not want to be holding the majority of your altcoins. Sure, there's some altcoins that are gonna go down dramatically, but they'll come back stronger than ever. We had lots of those in the previous bear cycle. Lots that came out fighting strong. But many of these altcoins are uber speculative. I mean, come on. Some of these dog meme coins and stuff that people are dumping their life savings into. Keep it real, guys. Keep it real. Where are those dog meme coins going to be in 5 years? Bitcoin's still going to be Bitcoining in 5 years. So a solid make it strategy in crypto, generate wealth on more speculative plays. Take those higher risk opportunities. Understand the risk that you're taking, right? Don't put your life savings into these high risk things. You have to practice good risk management strategy. That means if you're going into a high risk play, let's say you have $1,000 in your portfolio and you're going into a high risk play, don't risk more than like 5% or 10% of your portfolio on that one play. Because if it goes to zero, well, you know, you've only lost 5 or 10% of your portfolio. But if it does a 10 or 20x, well, you've actually made some pretty decent money off of it and you can continue to compound those gains. But once you've made those gains in those higher risk plays, take that high risk money, move it into low risk money, put it into Bitcoin, right? Your goal as a cryptocurrency investor at some point should be to have probably 1 Bitcoin. That's a very nice little just thing to have right there. If you can get 1 Bitcoin trading altcoins, trade up, right? If you're starting with $1,000, you can't buy a Bitcoin for $1,000 right now. But you can buy some pretty interesting altcoins for $1,000 and you can potentially trade those up into a Bitcoin, which is a nice way to make the gains, high risk money, put it into lower risk plays later on. You could equally apply this statement to Ethereum as well. Try to get that, 10 Ethereum, 32 Ethereum, whatever it might be. It's also one of the big ones. And of course, you never have to be afraid to pay yourself as well. It can be, again, a controversial statement to say that you can take fiat out, but you can take fiat out. Not all your profits have to go into Bitcoin. I don't put all my profits into Bitcoin. I put some of my profits into Bitcoin because it's my savings account. But I also just take money out of the market, pay myself, put it in my bank account. I know it's scandalous, but I do that. Or I take stable coins and I put them in high yield accounts, like over on Anchor Protocol, where I earn 19.5% a year on stablecoins. That's loco, man. That's loco. Nice, diversified bit of income with a giant freaking bag, of course, of Bitcoin, because I am, of course, a giant Bitcoin fan. Now, if we are going to see a big Bitcoin pump, what's the catalyst for that? Of course, it's the Bitcoin ETF. When we got a gold ETF, it pumped the price of gold by about 400%. That was pretty awesome. If we get a Bitcoin ETF sometime this year, sure, you're going to get a 2, 3, 4, 500% pump on Bitcoin over potentially by the end of the year. Could happen really, really fast the way these markets move. Maybe it takes a bit longer, but we'll get that pump. The question you then have to ask yourself, though, is even in that scenario, Bitcoin pumps by 300%. Cool. What's going to happen to your altcoins? Seriously, what's going to happen to your altcoins in that situation? Your top tier altcoins, your big caps, your Cardano, your Polkadot, all this stuff, potentially much bigger gains. Probably more than the 3 or 400% that Bitcoin will do. Your mid cap altcoins, 10, 20x. Your small cap altcoins, 10,000% gains. It'll be crazy. It'll be crazy. And you say, oh, come on, Lark, that's being a bit ridiculous here. This is exactly what happened in 2017. Bitcoin made incredible moves in 2017. We saw Q4 2017, Bitcoin went from I think around $5,000 at the start of the quarter up to $20,000 by the end of the quarter. Boom, crazy, crazy gains. Altcoins. Some altcoins did like 10, 20, 30,000% gains in that same amount of time. So ask yourself, what do you want? Do you want the 3x or do you want the 300x? Because right now, until the market changes, and it will at some point, but until we get a dramatic change of the market, Bitcoin's for keeping the gains, altcoins are for making the gains. This is a strategy that I have successfully done for a very, very long time. Now, one major caveat, I would say, if you're listening to this video and you're not a 9-to-5er and you're not in the rat race, you're 100 millionaire, billionaire, you've got a family office, you're running a giant fund, you're a company, you're Tesla, you're Microsoft, you're Facebook. If Tesla, Microsoft, and Facebook are watching the video, hi guys. But seriously, if you're a big player like that, low cap altcoins aren't for you. There's not enough liquidity. There's too much risk. Legally, your company probably can't even buy most of this stuff. You need to go for Bitcoin. You need to go for Ethereum. Maybe there's a few other top altcoins that you're buying, your Cardano, your Solana, something like this. You need coins that have gigantic market caps to even be able to buy, right? Look at Tesla. They went and bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. There's literally not even many coins you could buy that much of without buying up the entire supply. Bitcoin, of course, is a great tool for these big companies, these big funds, the family offices, the rich, to store their wealth as a cash alternative, as a gold replacement. And it can function like that in your portfolio too. And again, to be clear, when you make it with altcoins, you don't want to be caught holding those bags later on. Make sure you take out some damn profits and put those profits into Bitcoin. Get yourself one Bitcoin, because flipping altcoins is one of the best damn ways to do it. Again, Bitcoin's my biggest investment. How did I make most of my Bitcoin? Flipping altcoins. There you go. Anyway, just a short video here for you guys today, talking about why not to buy Bitcoin. You know I love Bitcoin, but that's my opinion on the situation right now. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Are altcoins the best way to make big gains in the markets right now, or is it all just way too risky and you should only be buying Bitcoin? Let me know down below in the comments section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.